but the Constitution has given legislative authority to the National Assembly, period.
This mandate has now become the subject of public discourse as relates to the interest being served by the duly elected members of the august House. Case in point, the legalization of party hopping, effectively allowing sitting members of parliament to defect from one party to another ahead of the next election, an amendment proposed by none other than Gashoka Member of Parliament Mutava Musimi.
Jesus said, law was made for man, not man for law.
And one by one, they stated their positions on the proposed amendment.
I stand to support this amendment.
Let me oppose this amendment, Madam Chair. I support.
And I just want to go on record as vehemently opposing this amendment,
eliciting quite a debate.
We must create a bridge, a transitional period for us to leave parties that are full of dictators.
Shall only survive in this in politics if you believe in something and you believe in some ideology of some party. When you tell people, if you have disagreed with your party or you no longer share your ideology with that party, that you cannot move out, Madam Chair is unreasonably restricting your freedom of association, which is a fundamental principle.
The guilty are afraid. All the people who are supporting this are hoppers of the political parties.
This move now settling the call on defecting members of parliament to resign from their positions and seek fresh mandate from voters, an eventuality that did not surprise political scientist Mutai Ngunyi.
The problem with our Political Parties Act is that it was constituted with a European country in mind. But we are Africans. And Africans, you cannot put them in a political party and say you remain like this until the election. So in my view, those particular amendments in Parliament are God-inspired.
As if this perceived mutilation of the Constitution was not enough, the members of Parliament caused a further stir by the manner in which they debated the issue of academic qualification, an amendment requiring those seeking the offices of President, Senator, National and County Assembly representatives, Governor and their deputies to hold degrees from recognized universities was sanctioned by members of Parliament, only to realize too late that this would lock some of them out of the next general election. Here's that debate.
Form 4 education is sufficient education to be able to open you up to be able to debate, understand issues properly, Mr. Chairman.
Kenyans have gone to school. Kenya is not an illiterate society. Kenyans have gone to school.
So let's now go back to the MP or the future should have a degree.
We have to accept it. If you don't have the qualifications, you will miss 5 years and you will come back after you are competent.
These two sets of debates elicit a raft of questions as to whose interests politicians serve, or whether this becomes a trait, as it were, of politicians, and whether marshalling numbers...
They want to keep you in the party so that they can use you to negotiate for power.
...is more important than the Kenyan populace.
There are three virtues in any politician. Virtue number one, selfishness. Value number two, selfishness. Value number three, selfishness. Those are the only virtues and values that a politician is likely to have. So for us to actually tell them that you are selfish is like telling a monkey you're a monkey. It doesn't make sense.
However, it is argued that the court of public opinion may be a little bit too harsh on members of parliament, as the amendments during the transitional period are expected and, in the end, could augur well for Kenyans.
The record must reflect that this constitution is incompetently written and it is half-baked. And if we don't constantly change it, we will be eating a half-baked constitution that will cause political constipation.
For now, debate continues as Parliament resumes its sitting next week. Willis Raburu, Citizen Weekend, Nairobi.